Let's operate on a direct-out Andiamo MC. We learned from the previous snapshots tutorials how to include or exclude entire scope areas or scope details, just clicking on the relevant All or None buttons. When more granularity is required, globcon offers the Scope Set Edit, which can be started with a click on the name of areas or details. During the Scope Set Edit, the device goes temporarily offline. The Snapshot tab blinks in red and the Snapshot Navigator pops up. The selection of all the parameters to be included or excluded in the scope set happens in the same tabs the user is already familiar with, where the tweak of each parameter normally happens. Clicking on names of areas and details in the Snapshot Navigator, we can quickly reach the relevant tabs and operate with the highest level of detail. Clicking on the Scope Detail Labels, part of the input scope area, we are informed about the number of different places where those details are available, 3 in this example, and which one is the currently displayed. Click again on the same detail to reach the next one. We still have the possibility to click on All or None buttons in the Snapshot Navigator. Let's click on All for input labels. That includes both analog and MADI input labels in the current scope set. Since we are currently positioned on the Analog Input tab, we can click on the label detail again to get to the next place where those details are managed. In this example, the MADI Input tab of the current matrix. Let's click on Labels again to reach the last place where we can tweak input labels selection for the current scope set, the Analog subtab from the Input tab. Starting from the status where all the inputs labels are selected, showed by the relevant red detail, we go back to the matrix and exclude one of the analog input label. The color of the relevant scope detail becomes orange, indicating that some, and therefore not all the parameters, are currently included in the scope set. The gray labels, not included in the scope set, offer the values currently running in the device, while the ones included in the scope set, in red, display the preview of the values which will be recalled from the current target snapshot. In this example, the snapshot number 1. Mic 3 through 6 are the current labels. If we include in the scope set the 4th label, we immediately have the preview of what will be actually recalled from the target snapshot. In this way, the user always have a preview of the complete status the device will morph to before invoking the recall command. Using All and None from the Snapshot Navigator, we can quickly include or exclude all the input labels, comprising analog and MADI in this example. If we want to exclude only the analog ones, we can keep the press Alt and click on any analog input label. Immediately, the label's detail becomes orange. We can check that all the MADI ones are still included. If we now exclude all the MADI ones too, with Alt plus click on one of them, the relevant details rectangle becomes gray, showing that none of them are currently included in the scope set. We can also tweak labels scope status from the Input tab, with individual clicks or with Alt plus click to tweak all the labels present in the current tab. We can now click on Output labels several times to loop through all the places where those details can be managed, Analog and MADI in Matrix, and Analog Out subtab from the Output tab. In the Snapshot Navigator, let's click now on Input levels. The gray ones are the current values. The red ones are the preview of what's included in the current target snapshot. We can click on single faders or use Alt plus click to include or exclude all the faders at a time. In the upper part of the snapshot navigator, we can click on the left arrow to target the previous snapshot or click on the right arrow to target the next one. The preview in the GUI changes according to the currently targeted snapshot and the status of its scope set. For example, from snapshot number 2, we decide not to recall the level of channels 2, 3 and 4, clicking on those faders. We are prompted with a complete preview of the morph as a result of the current status of the device in gray, plus the changes which will be introduced by the partial recall of snapshot number 2, only for parameters currently included, displayed in red in its scope set. We are now ready to click on Recall from the snapshot navigator. The device is updated, the previous status becomes the new current one, the scope set edit automatically ends, and the device gets back online. Don't miss the next video tutorial to learn more about the scope set edit in globcon snapshots. Powerful, easy, globcon.